you're anything like me, you have a giant backlog that you are just not even looking at or touching, or you kind of forgot that you bought all those things when the Steam sale happened. Happens to the best of us. But I found a solution. I'm going to play everything in my backlog as a series. I'm going to take every game that I have not played any second of on my Steam library, which is a lot, and I'm going to play them here, so you can find out what you need to play in yours, or something. My name's Soul. Welcome to my backlog. Gather supplies, quick! 60 Parsecs starts immediately in a panic. You're tasked with finding supplies and dumping them down an escape pod chute. Something bad is clearly about to happen, and you need supplies. Mostly soup, but more on that later. After you find your basic supplies of soup, med kits, and crafting resources, you then have to pick a crewmate. This guy right here got his foot stuck in a bucket, so he's the obvious choice. Upon further inspection of other gameplay videos, I guess you're supposed to grab more than one crew member? But to be honest, the 51 days that I did play would have been much harder with more mouths to feed. So choose wisely on that too, I guess. After you pick your crewmate, well, the timer starts. Now you only have 60 seconds to run around and find as many supplies as you can take with you before you have to leave. It's like a galactic supermarket sweep with consequences. But what's important? I don't know. Grab everything! At this point, I still have no idea what this game is about, or how any of these supplies will help me in the core gameplay loop, but I'm here for it. When you finally get into your escape pod, the very next scene that you see is you and your crewmate of choice staring at each other a little, too lovingly. Am I safe with this guy? He's looking a little too friendly. And now the game has officially begun. At the game's core, it's one part survival, one part text adventure. You're positioned with a scenario from the main computer and given choices to make as the captain of your new escape shuttle turned ship. The supplies you picked up before leaving are what you start with, so if you're watching this before you play, panic shop wisely. Both you and the crewmate you chose have abilities and stats that you're both good or bad at. My starting character was very smart and agile, and, well, Creepy Stare over there is strong, yeah. Both crewmates also have stats that you have to manage with your supplies. Hunger, sanity, and things like that. You answer your part of the scenario on the main computer, and then head here to see how it plays out. This will make one day pass, and you get to see how your choices have played out. The scenarios range from mundane tasks to completely wild moments that can have some serious repercussions, so be careful what you choose. There are moments where it gives you the option to choose the clear solution to the problem that it's giving you, but you don't have the item to do that option. But something's better than nothing, right? I eventually landed on a planet, and from there I was able to work my scenarios and days enough to unlock an exploration feature. This sends your crewmate outside to explore and potentially bring back items that allow you to craft and repair. And then you also have a chance to bring back soup and med kits as well. Every area that I was able to select had hazards, so make sure you give your crewmate the tools you think will help them survive on their journey. Or they might not make it back. And it's pretty much this, day after day after day. Making sure that you and your crewmate are well fed, remaining sane with sock puppets, fighting off alien threats to your ship, and exploring worlds to gather supplies to do the previous mentioned 3 to 4 things. Full disclosure, I only played up to the 51st day, so I'm pretty sure the scenarios probably get even more wild than what I saw. I can't exactly talk about the later days that I didn't play. Overall, the 51 days that I did play of the game weren't that bad. It wasn't what I was expecting, but to be honest with you, I had never even seen gameplay of this until I fired it up to play it for this. So if you're looking for a procedurally generated text adventure game with some really cool art to look at while you're doing it, I would suggest the game for you. If you're not into anything that I just said, well, there's not really anything in here for you then. But at the time of making this video, it's only a $10 game. So if you're looking for something like this to just kind of pass time, the perfect game to do that. If you're looking for something a little bit more deep, maybe I'd pass. This really kind of seems like a short video, but there's not much else to say about the game. It literally is just make a decision, see how that decision plays out, and see if you survive. And if you die, you just start all over again. But thanks for stopping by on the first episode of Backlog. What do you got in your backlog that you're most excited for? Tell me down there. And with that, see you guys next time.